to get maximum benefit from your enterprise solutions. We are going to focus on how to get the maximum benefit from the enterprise solution on the sales angle. How do we increase sales? So we are looking at how we can use our CRM system to increase sales. CRM is one of the module inside ERP system. So in this video, we are going to talk about how to make use of the sales funnel to increase your sales. So one thing which we do when we have sales is to have the KPI for our salespeople. How do we implement sales KPI? Inside the sales funnel, you will see that there are lists on top. After that, the sales meeting, quotation, orders, and invoice. So each and every one part of the sales funnel, we must have our KPI. So the business in the future, you can see that there will be efficient, mobile. The information are instantly available. The data system are integrated, and you will have maximum automation. So let's work together to transform your company to success. So how do we get maximum benefit? We need to look at the full integration between system module, department, and staff. We need to look at the technology itself, the full internet and mobile-based system to manage your company operation. How do we get maximum benefit from accounting? We should implement the automation from sales to accounting. Basically, your salespeople do their work and the accounting is being done automatically by the accounting automation. We need to implement the customer self-service, which we call customer portal. Customer portal is where your customer can log in and get their self-service in terms of your quotation to them, the orders, the invoice, the receipt, everything is available in the customer portal. We need to look at the implementation of the staff self-service. Basically, your staff will have their own staff portal. They can look at their leave, they can look at their advance, claim, attendance, payslip, everything is done self-service. So your admin will become very efficient. We need to look at the implementation of the sales staff KPI. We are going to focus on the sales staff KPI in this video after this. So we need to implement the sales automation, quotation, all the way to invoice. The sales automation give your sales staff the efficiency of doing their work. Within a few seconds, they actually can do their quotation. Within a few seconds, they actually can issue the delivery order, invoice, receipt, and all that. So it just takes seconds to do their work. Very efficient. We need to look at the implementation of the account management. Basically, you have the whole history of your relationship between you and your customers. You can look at your quotation to them, your meeting with them, your order, your invoice, the payment from them, all the notes that your salespeople write about this particular customer. Everything is available in the account management. We look at the implementation of the inventory management, where you track your inventory, how much inventory is sold, how much is balanced, how much coming in, what are moving, what are not moving, what are going to finish the expiry date, and all that. So we need to look at the implementation of automated billing or automated invoicing. Basically, let the system issue the invoice instead of manually being done by your accountant. So you will see that the speed, or rather every month there will be no forgotten invoice, for example. You can look at the mobile app for your CRM. Your staff don't have to bring laptop everywhere. They actually can give quotation from the phone. And if you do a lot of marketing on the social network, for example, on Facebook, I recommend that you implement the automation from Facebook to leads database. Basically, when your leads from Facebook click your advertisement, the data for that particular leads automatically go into your database. No need to have human to actually upload that database or that list into your CRM database. You can also look at the automated email response. When you do a lot of the social network advertisement, you will notice that the your staff will have to spend a lot of time to respond to the email. But if you implement the automated email response, the response will be done automatically by your computer. And of course, there will be different email response based on different sales funnel stages, for example. You should implement the landing pages, many landing pages. Basically, when you advertise about payroll, then your landing pages should talk about payroll. When you advertise about accounting, your landing pages should talk about accounting, or whatever your product is. Your landing pages must talk about the product. This is something that you could try, the automated bank reconciliation. If you have hundreds and hundreds of transactions a month, then you will notice that your accountant will spend a lot of time to do the bank reconciliation manually. Try to implement the automatic bank reconciliation. You may save probably like 95% of your accountant time. There are a lot of financial ratio available inside the ERP system, so you should make use of that. And by now, for example, your accountant will be having more time to help you to explain about the financial ratio. For example, you can look at your profit margin, you can look at your debtor turnover ratio, and when the number of days go higher and higher every month, you should be worried and analyze why. You should be looking at the mobile apps for your staff, including the attendance. So mobile app will have a lot of function for your staff to do self-service. So if you look at the before, for example, there are just too many manual processes that make your operation very sluggish. All the operation are run in silos. Data sharing is in manual mode. It is slow. Whereas if you implement this automation, you can see that the processes are automated, the modules are linked to other modules, the data are available to all team members instantly. This is the sales funnel. Uh, Basically, the sales funnel, there are four major stages. One is the leads management. Another one is the sales meeting. The third one is your quotation, and the fourth one is the invoice. Each and every one of the sales funnel stages, you need to have the KPI, and you need to track your sales staff performance. So this is how you set the KPI. Go to the so this is the setting. Go to the setting, and each and every one of the sales funnel stages, you actually can set the KPI for them. So it is sales lead, sales meeting, send quotation, and orders. This is you go to the dashboard, you will see the dashboard. In this case, for example, the the leads, for example, you should have the target how many leads they should have a month. The blue one is the target, the red one is the actual. When your staff upload the leads into the system actually automatically capture the number and display it in the dashboard. The same, for example, this is for the sales meeting. After you have the leads, your staff will call the customer, get in touch with them via email or phone call, and then those the one that is wanted to have more serious discussion, they will go for the sales meeting. So there will be a sales meeting target KPI. The blue one is the target, and the red one is the actual achievement. Even all these numbers, your staff actually use the module inside the CRM, use the module meeting, and the system automatically capture the numbers. You can select your staff name, and the dashboard will turn into the dashboard for that particular sales staff. So for example here, when you click the red bar, you can go to the calendar of the various meetings that your sales guy have. When you click the detail in the calendar, the detail for the meeting will come up. So basically, all these are actually automatically generated by the system. So the next one is the normally after your sales staff meet the customer, they go to the next stage, which is the quotation stage. How many quotation that you send? So you need to have the target for your sales staff, how many quotation, as well as how much the dollar figure of that quotation. So the blue one is the target, and the red one is the actual. So here, for example, you have the view of the dollar figure quotation. The blue one is the target dollar figure, and the red one is the actual dollar figure quotation. And all the numbers actually come up from the system. When your staff do the quotation, the system capture the number automatically. So you don't have to get your staff to actually do the manual reporting to you. The same, for example, here, how much order that you receive. The blue one is the target, the red one is the actual. This one, for example, how much in a dollar figure. The next one is the invoice. Invoice actually is the sales. When you issue invoice, that is the sales. How many invoice that you sell, the one that you invoice. And the next one is how much the value of the invoice. So the first one is the activity, the second one is actually the dollar figure. So the target invoice must be there, and the actual invoice must be there, and you will compare target versus actual. So this is the cash flow, how much money that your sales guy generated for that particular month. So you can look at the KPI. The blue one is the target, and the red one is the actual. So there are many dashboard that's provided for you, but the first one, just now, you notice that we focus on the sales funnel, the leads, the quotation, the invoice, and the receipt. So that's the first stage. You will notice that the leads, for example, be a lot more leads compared to your sales meeting, and of course there'll be more sales meeting compared to your quotation. There'll be more quotation compared to your order. These are some extra dashboard, the one that you have. For example, you can compare monthly between the target and actual. You can compare the cumulative numbers on the monthly sales. For example, the system will automatically add the monthly target and the monthly actual. The system will also have the monthly sales summary for each and every one of your staff, so you don't have to ask them to submit manually. Everything is done automatically by the system. Here is, for example, we also look at the how many communication being done by your staff. The more quotation, the more chances that they are going to generate a sales meeting, for example. So another dashboard, how many leads, where are the leads coming from, and the system can also look at the average sales per employee, for example, and they can compare between the quotation and invoice. They can compare between the invoice amount by months. The You can look at the many other things, quotation by months, order by months, invoice by months, and all that. So you just look at the dashboard and try to analyze what's going on and take your action. The system will also give you the map where the system will plot your customer based on their address on a map, so you know where your concentration or your customers are. So by implementing the KPI target, you will be able to increase your sales team result. There are a lot of user of Office Central. There are thousands and thousands of users, and the one that use the various function, the various module inside the Office Central. Doesn't matter whether you are enterprise, Sdn Berhad, or koperasi, or even the government agency. You can still benefit from Office Central ERP. And get in touch with us. See whether we can help you to become more successful. We want to know more about you, how you want to benefit from the system, what are the features the one that you like, what are the features the one that you want us to add for you to become more successful. So get in touch with us. Thank you.